Hello everyone, and welcome to the 55th public meeting for testimonials for Monday, June 14th, 2021. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Cram, and I'll be a host today along with Dean and Mark, and this is the public meeting for testimonials, and we've had 55 continuous continuous months of these testimonials. So that's about, well over 6 years now of these public meetings for testimonials. So, there's been quite a variety of testimonials we've seen here, and today we have the pleasure of having some testimonials from Gianni once again. And so let's get into that right away here. And he's sent me a presentation that's very nice, and this testimonial has to do with, it's a medical testimonial, first of all, and it has to do with the, I'll read it here. It's the utilization of plasma technology in the preparation and fix-up and recovery after surgery with 10 dental implants, bone addition, sinus lifting, and 4 dental extractions. The duration of the operation was 6 hours, and the patient was semi-conscious with a local anesthesia. So this is the testimonial of the recovery using plasma technology. Okay, so let me just go through this. Gianni, did you want to say anything through this, or do you want me to just present it as English?
Yes, Rick, thank you.
Okay, just the English? That's good then. Or do you want to say something?
Dan, poți să traduci?
Da.
Aș vrea să mulțumesc oamenilor minunați care au făcut acest testimonial.
I want to thank you to beautiful people who make this testimonial.
Testimonialul este făcut de un cuplu din Cluj.
This testimonial is making to one couple of from Cluj, one city of Romania.
Dar ceea ce veți vedea în acest testimonial este același rezultat și la 350 de kilometri distanță în orașul Petrila.
But what we are see, like a result of this testimonial, you are see also in the 315 kilometer, the other part in the Pedrira city.
Acelea 10 implanturi dentare, doar că diferă ușor momentul recuperării.
The same 10 implants, but it's a slightly different moment of implants.
Ok, dacă vreți să-l parcurgeți, eu pregătesc următorul material pentru că acum am ajuns acasă. Mulțumesc!
If you want to continue to present this, I prepare because right now I go drive to home.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Johnny. So, we get into it here. It says initial status, female person, 42 years old, wearing a total dental prosthesis in the upper maxillary area and in the mandible area, a temporary acrylic dental plaque on 4 of their own teeth, and additional conditions, periodontitis, and multiple infections.
Could I get a clarification? In other words, the person had 10 implants and 4 extractions plus some other work all in the same 6-hour period?
That's correct, yes. This is a major dental surgery. Wow. So there was addition to the bone, there was what's called sinus lifting, 4 dental extractions, and 10 implants.
That sounds like a lot of trauma.
It sounds like if you're going through hell, that's a good way to do it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so let's have a look here and see what happened. So 42-year-old female. Okay, the preparations. It says, I guess this is from Johnny, or I'm not sure if it's from Johnny or the person. It says, I prepared, whoops. I'll just mute Johnny's microphone there for now until he needs to speak.
Yes, Rick?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm here. Dan, eu am trimis aceste bobine.
I send these coils
Acestor suflete minunate în Cluj.
Of these 2 beautiful souls in city of Cluj.
Și pentru că era vorba de implanturi dentare, cele 10 implanturi.
Because it's talking about 10 implants.
Am rugat să pornească 2 reactoare, unul de CO2, unul de ZNO.
Asked to start 2 reactors, one of ZNO and the other of CO2.
Cu aceste bobine pe care le vedeți în imagine.
With this coil who you will see in the image.
Dar între cele 2 bobine, într-un plic de hârtie, a fost introdus calciul de la sepie.
Envelope, the calcium from the sepia bones.
De fapt, acest proces este descris chiar în această imagine de deasupra.
This process is described right here in the image.
S-a folosit 3,5% salinitate, sare de mină.
It's utilized 3.5% salinity, salt of mine.
Și 3 grame de calciu.
And 3 grams of calcium.
Ok, te rog să îl rugăm pe Rick să continue cu
Rick, please continue with the presentation.
Aici este partea de tratament și cred că este destul de bine explicată.
This is the part from treatment. Let's say it's very well explained.
Treatment steps. Considering the day of surgery, day X, the treatment started by preparing for the dental surgery according to the program or schedule below. I must mention that the administration of doses and quantities was in 3 portions per day. Whoops. Just a second, something went strange there. 3 portions per day. 1 dose in the morning, 1 dose at noon, and 1 dose in the evening. The composition of each dose can be found below. And then it gives for 4
days from the surgery.
Yeah, 4 days before the surgery. So day, right? Is that the idea? This is X minus 4? Or is that 4 days after?
Momentul chirurgiei, deci operației, sau înainte?
So,
ask to Janice, it's
okay.
possible to answer, is before, previous the surgery or after?
So it says day X minus 4, so I'm assuming that's 4 days before the surgery, and according to the schedule and so on. He started by preparing for the dental surgery, so that must be what that is. So 4 days, let's assume that. Whoops, it keeps changing on me here. Okay, so 4 days before, then there was a protocol of 50 milliliters of liquid plasma, 1 cup, 1 life, zinc plus 3 drops of liquid plasma from the reactor, and amino acid of CO2 plus 3 drops of liquid plasma from reactor, and amino acid of ZNO. And so on, similar protocols for 3 days before, 2 days before, 1 day before, and on the day of the surgery. So people can read that from what we see here. Let's go on. Treatment steps post-intervention. Doctor's prognosis: major swelling of the face and eyes together with bruising of the face and deep pain due to the major surgery, the escalation point being day 3 post-intervention. Effects felt: in the first 2 days the face swelled, no major pain, only discomfort due to surgical cuts. Treatment followed. In the first 7 days I used plasma patches made from GANs of CO2 and ZNO in a proportion of 1 to 3, with increasing the gradient every day from a ratio 1 to 3 on day 1 to a ratio of 1 to 7 on day 7. I kept the patch in the operated area for 20 minutes by changing the position of the patches. 10 minutes to the large patch on the left cheek, 10 minutes to the right cheek, the small patch being changed on the other cheek in opposition to the large patch. 3 times a day I drank 50 milliliters of plasma water of 1 cup, 1 life, zinc, with 3 drops of CO2 GANs and 6 drops of ZNO GANs in the first 7 days from surgery. After the first 7 days I drank After the first 7 days I drank daily 1 liter of liquid plasma in combination 1 to 3, meaning 1 part of CO2 and 3 parts of ZNO, as well as water from 1 cup, 1 life, 30 milliliters 3 times a day. Continuing with the treatment steps, allopathic treatment followed for 4 xyl. I'm not sure what. 4 days? Okay, thank you, Darren. Antibiotic, 1 to every 12 hours. Probiotic, 1 per day. Anti-inflammatory, 1 per needed, 1 per day was enough. Sage tea was used in rinsing the mouth. It was not necessary to use ice packs. Results in pictures. Day 1, at 5 hours from the surgery, swollen. Sorry if we can get you to mute there, Johnny. Or,
sorry.
Day 1, at 5 hours from the surgery, swollen face and lips. Which is definitely understandable under the circumstances. Day 2. Day 3. Day 4. And day 5. Results, provisional conclusions. A. The surgery was difficult. The doctors prepared me for the worst, and the complications led to the prolongation of the time spent in operation. From an initial estimated time of 3.5 hours, it was extended to 6 hours, of which the last 2 was without anesthesia. B. The recovery was fast and relatively easy. I started work on day 3. At the 1-week checkup, the doctor stated that the level of post-operative recovery is characteristic to the one after 1 month of post-surgery, being very surprised that I had come to do the 1-week checkup. C. I continued to drink 1 liter of liquid plasma in a combination of 1 to 3, where 1 part CO2 and 3 parts of zinc oxide, as well as liquid plasma from 1 cup 1 life, 30 milliliters 3 times a day. D. The lack of pain throughout the entire recovery period. 3 exclamation marks. E. In the day after the surgery, it was necessary to have installed the temporary dental prosthesis, an operation that I was warned that would be very painful due to inflammation, cuts, and the fact that no anesthetic substance would be effective then. I prepared a bottle of liquid plasma, of CO2, calcium perhaps, and zinc oxide, calcium, to have with me during this intervention. I rinsed my mouth before, 1 time in the middle of the procedure, and another time after the procedure. In the second part of the intervention, when the pain tended to be sharp, at the field level I focused on the intention to connect with the plasma level of the zinc oxide reactor from home. It was not easy due to the fact that the doctor was communicating with me and physically intervened with specific maneuvers in my mouth. But I managed for about 20 seconds to make a connection with the reactor by projecting it mentally and visually very close to my face, and the field level connection was manifested by a total lack of pain and or sensation or sensory perception of my entire physical body. Following this experience, I considered all the plasma interactions related to this experience. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Well, thank you, Johnny.
Johnny,
Okay.
e posibil era la bază de calciu.
Deci reactoarele sunt CO2 și ZNO, în care am introdus calciu între cele 2 bobine.
For this reason, it's reading in base of calcium because it's making with the calcium in the middle.
Okay.
Pentru asta
Which means is 3 reactor because you have 1 cup 1 life, number 1.
Yes.
Because it's zinc, and you have 2 also zinc oxide and CO2.
Aici nu avem fotografiile cu Ocup o viață.
picture with one cup, one life. I saying yes. I explained it's 3 reactors actually.
Okay.
În Petrila rezultatele au fost puțin diferite în sensul că persoana care a avut toți 10 implanturi
In the Petrila, it's a little bit slightly different because also have the 10 implants.
A beneficiat puțin mai târziu de plasturi cu picăturile de calciu.
It's a it's making a little bit after the patches not treatment, balancing with the patch after.
Ce vreau să scot în evidență și mulțumesc încă o dată prietenilor acestora care au făcut testimonialul.
What I want to make in front, and again I want to thank you from this beautiful soul, again who is making the testimonial.
Le-am trimis bobinele și au realizat gansul. În momentul când a apărut acest caz în Petrila, i-am rugat să-mi trimeată câte puțin din fiecare gans și plasma aminoacid și am folosit același tratament pe care s-a folosit în partea cealaltă, folosind aceeași plasmă.
I asking to send me back a little bit of this gans from this reactor, and I make the same proportions, the same gans in the Petrila city.
Practic, același tratament, plasturi făcuți cu ocupă o viață.
The same treatment making with the one cup, one life.
În care, în momentul când am primit acest gans cu calciu, am adăugat câteva picături în plasturii folosiți.
When I received this gans with calcium, I put drops in the patches.
A doua persoană, al doilea suflet este tot feminin.
The second soul is also feminine.
Are aproximativ 55 de ani.
Have the 55 years.
Și a avut paradontoză vreo 20 de ani.
And she have the parodontosis for 20 years.
A încercat cu antibiotice, cu tot felul de tratamente alopate și nu a reușit acest lucru.
He's trying with the antibiotics and allopath treatment, but it's not succeed.
Nu puteau să-i facă operația datorită faptului că nu era rezolvată parodontoza.
It's not be possible to make the surgery because this parodontosis is not solved, which means risk of infection.
Datorită mamei ei, care are 84 de ani, și a folosit plasma din ocupă o viață.
For reason of she's mother who have 84 years, who it's utilized one cup, one life.
A avut încredere să folosească plasma din ocupă o viață.
She have the trust to using one cup, one life.
Așa și-a rezolvat parodontoza ca să poată să meargă la operație.
In this manner, it's able to solve this issue for going to the surgery.
Mama acestei persoane, tot așa am făcut foto și astea și le vom prezenta în testimonialele următoare.
The mother and this person, she take the picture, but we are present in the next testimonial.
Cu aceeași plasmă din ocupă o viață și cu câteva picături de gans de calciu și aminoacid. Succes la probleme de rotulă.
The same 1 cup on life and drops of this calcium gans. It's it's able to resolve the issue of need from the foot, let's say, rotul. Let me check how to say where it's bending the feet. When you need it. Let me check the word. Meantime.
He said when you need it, is that essential?
No, when you, let's say, when you pray, what you do? Bend your foot.
Bow.
Your feet.
Okay.
Bow down.
Bend.
Yes, bend. And where it's touching the ground? What area of the foot?
Oh, like the ball of the foot? It's called.
Where is the femur? How to say? I don't.
Oh, on the heel?
Rodillas.
Yes. Not heel. The upper part.
Rodillas en español. En Spanish.
The shin, probably. The part above the foot?
When we kick with the
Ankle?
not ankle, between the ankle and
The knee.
talon. Yes, the knee.
That'd be the femur or the shin, it's called. Shin.
Nep.
Knee. Sau knee. Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't able to translate this part of foot.
Kneecap.
No, I think it means below the knee but above the ankle, correct?
Dan, cum să spunem genunchi, că nu, nici mie nu-mi dă termenul.
I will draw and I will erase what I'm drawing because it's very difficult for searching the word right now. You have the foot
The calf. C-A-L-F.
here. This point.
Da,
Oh, that would be the kneecap then.
Okay, this is it.
Okay. Thank you, BLC Loan, for the kneecap in the chat here.
da, această problemă apare în special la persoanele în vârstă.
This problem it appear in the age people.
Și cu plasturii din Ocupă o viață și aceste picături, deja 3 persoane în vârstă beneficiază și pot să-și miște picioarele și să meargă cum n-au făcut-o de multă vreme.
With this 1 cup on life and gas of calcium, it's able to solve from 3 people the issue with the, let's say, articulation problem, which means it's working like young people.
La fel folosită pentru probleme de acne, doar pentru spălat fața.
Also from acne, when you have in the face, let's say this, yes, acne. It's only with the washing the face.
Putem spune că am folosit-o cu rezultate remarcabile pe tot corpul, în diferite situații.
We are utilizing different situations in all part of the body of the skin with good results.
Deja când suntem la laborator, știu oamenii și vin să ne ceară apă.
Now the people are knowing and coming to the laboratory from asking the plasma water.
Și ieri, cum erau mulți, nu au încăput în laborator.
And yesterday, many people is not able to capacity of the laboratory to keep it all.
Și atunci am ieșit afară și le-am arătat cum să facă cu plasma din Ocupă o Viață și am făcut dăruirea în stradă.
I go it out and I explain how to make with this plasma water, and I offer this in the street, in the front of the laboratory.
Este chiar în fața școlii, am și fost înregistrați.
It's properly in front of the school, the other part of the street. The other people, it's recording our action.
Copiii au vizitat pe rând laboratorul și le-am explicat ce este plasma, dar au trebuit să intre pe rând.
The children, it's coming to the laboratory and I explain what is the plasma and plasma water, but it's needed to come in, let's say, one by one.
Vom face ateliere în spatele laboratorului, unde este o zonă verde și avem loc destul.
We are making, let's say, this workshop in the open area behind the laboratory, where is the green area, and we have the space.
Și datorită rezultatelor, vin părinții împreună cu copiii să facă Ocupă o Viață. Și nu numai.
And for this reason, she coming the parents with the children to making one cup on life.
Și deja copiii care au folosit ce au învățat pot să le explice ei celorlalți copii.
And the children who it's already learning how to make one cup on life, it's learning to the other children how to make it.
La următoarea prezentare pe care o facem, Adora va prezenta copiilor de 5 ani, adică copiilor de vârsta ei și noi celor mari.
In the next workshop, Adora is present to the children the same age or to the children, and we are presenting to the parents, to the adult people.
Deoarece Adora a crescut în dimensiunea plasmei.
Because Adora is growing in the plasma dimension.
Și pentru ea este natural să vorbească despre plasmă. O face foarte ușor.
And for Adora, it's natural way, and it's making very easy. It's very easy for Adora to explain and making.
Pentru acest aspect, mulțumim domnului Keshe.
For this aspect, thank you very much to Mr. Keshe.
Mulțumim tuturor căutătorilor cunoașterii.
Thank you to all knowledge seekers.
Și tuturor celor care dăruiesc această cunoaștere mai departe.
And for all who it's giving freely to the others this knowledge.
Pregătesc și o fotografie cu laboratorul să se vadă unde avem Ocupă o Viață.
I prepared the photo for showing where we have the one cup on life in the laboratory.
Într-un moment o voi deschide.
In one moment I open.
Ok. Aici sunt.
We have 3 of the cups.
Sunt mult mai multe.
it's more.
Dar de aici, unde sunt cupele, aici avem apa pe care o recoltăm de pe gans.
In the surrounding the vicinity of the cups, the reactors, we have we keep it also the bottle with the plasma water.
Aici avem aminoacidul cu puțin gans în borcanele mai mici.
Here we have the amino acid with the plasma water from each reactor.
Și mulți dintre plasturii pe care i-am făcut,
And many of these patches who we are making,
am folosit apa, plasma din Ocupoviață, cea de pe gans de aici.
we are utilized the plasma water from above of the gans here.
Diferența de potențial diferența de gradient creând-o cu aminoacidul.
The difference of gradients we are making with the amino acid.
De exemplu, la cei mici adăugam doar 3 picături de aminoacid din Ocupoviață.
For the liter, we are putting 3 drops of amino acid in the 1 cup on life.
Iar la plasturile mare, 9 picături.
And from the larger batch, 9 drops of amino acid.
Și funcționează magnific.
And it's working wonderful.
Mulțumim și pentru moment așteptăm dacă sunt întrebări, comentarii, cu plăcere.
Thank you very much for this time, and I waiting if it's somebody have the question of commentary. I glad to.
Okay, very good work, Gianni. Thank you for all the things you're doing. Boy, you're a busy person with plasma technology. Gianni is somebody who's made the plasma technology his life, and he incorporates it in all aspects of his life.
Yes, Rick. Dan, traduci, te rog.
Da, zic că tu ești una dintre persoanele care a integrat tehnologia plasmatică în toate aspectele vieții lor, pentru că sunteți o echipă.
Da, tocmai asta vreau să adaug, că vom prezenta în următoarele testimoniale cum o folosim la alimentație, la crearea detergenților, la udat în grădine.
Gianni added, yes, we did. And in the next testimonial, we are present how this aspect in our life, utilizing the plasma science in the making the detersive soap for preparing the food, for spraying in the garden.
Relationship with this. I think his daughter attends there. Has he got a good relationship with them?
Cum este relația cu școala, dacă Adora o să meargă la școală sau dacă merge la școală, și modul în care este relația voastră cu școala. Acum nu știu dacă școala
ca învățătoare.
Like a joke, Adora is going to the school like a teacher, not like a student.
Lavinia a decis ca Adora să facă homeschooling.
Lavinia, the mother of Adora, she decided to making the school at home with Adora.
Și făcând parte din echipă, fiecare dintre noi o ajutăm cu experiența pe care o avem în anumite domenii.
Be part of the team. each of us, we are helping with our experience for learning, for showing part of life, let's say.
Încă de când Demitifica a participat cu noi la toate procesele, începând cu nanoacoperire, gansuri, plasmă, toate?
Adora from the younger age, it's participated to the old process from the nano coating, from the making the reactor, from making the GANs. It's participate to beginning.
Inclusiv la workshop-urile domnului Keshe, Plasma Reactor Group, în multe momente?
Also in the workshop of Mr. Keshe in plasma reactor and many workshops in the other language, it's already present all the time.
Le știe, cunoaște și numele, dar ce vreau să spun, homeschooling. Deja oamenii ne cunosc, profesorii ne cunosc și pentru asta ne invită să lucrăm cu copiii.
In the other part, let's say the people and the professor, the teachers who it's knowing about us, allow me, let's say, to working with the children because it's knowing the team.
Am mai făcut prezentări cu copiii și părinții și în parcul orașului.
We are making also the presentation in the park of the city with the children and the parents.
Mulțumesc.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Johnny. Anybody else have any questions for Johnny in this part?
Hi, Rick, it's Dean here. So, Gianni, can I ask you a question? So, with all this technology, Gianni, you obviously have done lots of experiments to get the amino acids, the amount of drops of amino acids, and the liquid plasma water. How did you come to the position where you knew the amount of drops compared to liquid plasma water that you required for these treatments? How did you work the ratios out?
Jenny, Dan Butler te întreabă cum a ajuns, poate experiență și lucrând cu ăsta, cum ai ajuns să știi proporția, cum ai bine, 3:9. Cum ai ajuns tu să definești, să spui modul în care
mă conectez cu aceste persoane.
the ratio we are making, it's in the regarding what I feel when I thinking or visualization or feeling regarding this person. It's coming from the soul level, let's say.
În unele situații folosesc raportul 1:3, o picătură cel mic, 3 cel mare.
In some cases, I utilize 1 drop to the little patch and 3 drops to the bigger patch.
Asta la început, apoi progresiv creștem.
And after, in the progression, we are raise the number of drops in the same proportion.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gianni. That's useful to know. I think that a lot of people that are listening to this testimonials who are experimenting with plasma, the comment you just made about using your intuition and your soul and your thoughts and intentions are quite important to do with the field strength of this plasma and some of the interactions that we all experience when we come in contact with these plasma fields. So thank you, Gianni.
Este foarte important pentru că foarte multe persoane vor asculta acest testimonial, modul în care tu utilizezi intuiția și conexiunea la suflet și ceea ce simți, pentru că este foarte important acest aspect și pentru acesta Dan îți mulțumește.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you all.
Thank you, Gianni. Gianni, can I just before you go? So these experiments you've been doing, you obviously I understand that you've been working with dental applications for quite some time. The transition from a conventional dentist laboratory to using plasma. How did this transition happen? Was it a gradual process? Or was it one moment you were using conventional dental practices and then you completely swapped? Or was it a gradual transition?
A fost o tranziție graduală de la, să zicem, implanturi deci laboratorul, tratamentul, nu, să zicem, actual, științific de implant dentar la tratamentul, să zicem, nu zicem tratament, bilanțamentul, echilibrarea în plasma tehnologia acestor implanturi. A fost gradual sau progresiv sau a fost ceva brusc dintr-o dată, a implementat din vechiul sistem în noul sistem plasmatic?
Întotdeauna rezultatele apar și în funcție de înțelegerea celor care folosesc.
Understanding from the people who it's apply and for who it's applying this technology.
Aceeași procesare folosind aceleași elemente, aceleași gradiente. În ansamblu la fel.
The result is different regarding the time.
Practic, recuperarea se face, dar este mai rapidă la cei care și înțeleg ce fac.
The recovery is more quickly for these people who already understanding what it's about, what it's understanding properly the plasma. For the other who, let's say, is not yet understanding, but it's applied the same procedure, it's a little bit longer in time, but it's more quickly instead of normal procedure without plasma.
Noi în laboratorul de tehnică dentară folosind plasma avem rezultate în tot ceea ce înseamnă produse medicale dintr-un laborator de tehnică.
Utilizing the plasma, we have the plasma in all the laboratory, in all the things we are making. The result and let's say applicability, it's more amprentate by plasma.
Dan, spune-mi de amprente, proteze dentare.
The implants, the prosthesis dental, it's more comfortable for the people. It's adaptability. It's more quickly. It's more without pain, without discomfort. It's accept the body and the soul. It's very in a very quickly way.
Diferența fiind adaptarea la ceea ce poartă și este trecut prin plasmă, 7 zile în loc de o lună și jumătate.
Let's say the adaptability, it's let's say from 7 days instead of 1 month.
De fapt, sunt acceptate de corp mult mai ușor.
It's accepting by the body more easy with the plasma.
Mulțumesc încă o dată pentru întrebări.
Thank you for the question.
That's okay. Thank you very much, Charlie. Thank you for that explanation. One more quick question. So with the technology we know with GANs, and particularly a CUO, and has very wonderful properties that can, bacterial-wise, can help with infections and things. Do you use these sort of GANs to help the procedure? Do you use those as well to aid the recovery and to block against certain bacterial infections?
După cum se știe, gazul de cuproxid este un antibactericid antibacterian. Întrebarea lui Din este dacă folosiți și gazul de cupru în cadrul acestor, să zicem, proceduri?
Da, îl folosim doar în cazuri extreme, să spunem.
We are utilizing only in the severe case, let's say.
Voi descrie unul dintre cazuri.
I describe one of the case.
A venit o persoană cu o puternică infecție în cavitatea bucală.
It's coming one person with a major infection in the buccal cavity.
Și acolo am folosit într-un litru de plasmă din Ocup o Viață.
I utilize in 1 liter of plasma water from one cup, one life, number one.
Am adăugat 3 picături de plasmă și aminoacid din cupa numărul 2.
I added 3 drops and amino acid from the cup number 2 of life, one cup, one life for number 2.
Aceasta era doar pentru clătit gura de 3 ori pe zi.
This is only for the cleaning the mouth from 3 part of from day.
După care imediat folosea plasma din Ocup o Viață.
And after cleaning with the cup, cup number 1 with drops of cup number 2, it's utilized the cup number 1 for cleaning again.
În 3 zile s-a retras infecția complet, față de câteva luni, 6 luni în care nu au reușit nimic cu antibioticele.
In 3 days, it's let's say making who is not able to make in the 6 months.
A folosit timp de 6 luni antibiotice și nu a reușit nimic.
From 6 months, he's utilized the antibiotics and is not succeed. And in 3 days, with this one cup, one life number 1 with 3 drops of amino acid and from cup number 2, it's achieving in 3 days.
Am observat că la persoanele care și beau plasma din Ocup o Viață, conform procedeului,
I observed from these people who is also drinking the plasma water from one cup, one life number 1.
Folosind și plasturii, efectele sunt mult mai rapide.
Utilizing also with the patch, the effect is more quickly. Combine the drinking the plasma water and utilize the patch in the same time.
Da, și chiar noi o folosim în prepararea infuziilor de plante, ceaiurilor.
We are utilizing the infusion to making the tea from the plant with this water, plasma water.
A cafelei, a sucurilor, în tot.
In everything, in the making the juice and everything.
Și deja mulți au început să facă și chiar să o dea și la găinușe, la animăluțele pe care le-au, că au văzut că are niște efecte magnifice.
Many people is utilizing and also it's giving also to the chicken, to the little animal who its companion, because it's seeing the beautiful results. and changing the behavior, let's say.
Mulțumesc și să dăm spațiu și celorlalți, vă rugăm.
Thank you, and I leave a little bit of space to the other also.
Thank you, Gianni. Thank you so much, because what you've been saying, the technology that you've come to understand and share with everybody, is helping many people. And I think your soul interaction and the intentions from yourself go a long way to helping to heal the people that you're intending to help as well. Thank you.
Îți mulțumim, Gianni, pentru că datorită modului în care voi împărtășiți și dăruiți celorlalți, ajutați pe foarte multe persoane care, datorită sufletului vostru, reușiți să-i ajutați.
Okay, thank you once again, Gianni. Can you ask him if I should play the 2 videos that he sent me?
Poți să ruleze celelalte 2 video?
Păi, acolo vorbim de plasma biocompost?
We are talking about plasma biocompost. Cred că da. I think so, because it's 2 video. When you are preparing and the other when you explain, I think.
Dacă vrea să-l facem în seara aceasta, de acord?
If you want to Rick tonight, I agree.
Dacă nu rămâne pentru data viitoare.
If it's not remaining to the next time, you are deciding.
Well, perhaps we can ask if there's anybody else that would like to present something right now, and then we could have a look at this video from Gianni. I think it's almost, well, it's 14 minutes long, and it might need some translation sort of as we go along. So we'll have a brief intermission if anybody has something they'd like to bring up, and then we'll get into Gianni's video here. I know I can state that I use some of the basically the cup 2 water on my skin in the last couple of days. I had an outbreak in my hands, which I get from time to time, and with itchy kind of bumps and so on. And it's amazing how the GANS water is so healing, and overnight it completely heals the little sores, and they're like gone, like, as if they didn't exist in the next day. So I'm quite happy with applications of that. We did have a testimonial from our testimonials site. Let me go through that, and then maybe we'll have a look at we'll have a look at Gianni's video. So let me share. This is from the testimonials.keshefoundation.org testimonials site, and this was from last May 16th, so it was since our last testimonials workshop, and it's called 3-star formation plasma dynamic reactor from Sebastian. He says, I made 3 plasma dynamic stars, and each one consists of only one type of GANS. I calculated that for 1 millimeter of coating, there is about 3 milliliters of liquid. All reactors have a nano-coated wire or a central column in the middle. Approximately the same amount of liquid was put into all the reactors, with the difference that they had a different water and GANS ratio. Just trying to make this bigger for people to be able to see it. There we go. placed the star with copper oxide and zinc oxide GANs to the north, CH3 to the east, and copper oxide to the west. I set the speeds of the grav and mag reactors of each star according to the sensations and the vibrations that occurred. I felt the field right at startup. I deliberately made a star of only 1 GANs in order to feel each entity separately. I left the house for an hour and a half. When I got back, the field was felt about a radius of 18 meters away. I stood between the star CH3 and CO2 and felt the plasma pass into me. I felt full and positive. I stood between CO2 and CuO and felt how what was hurting me was slowly being removed. I stood between CH3 and CuO and I felt how energy like Kundalini fills me and fills me. I pulled away. The important facts that need to be taken into account are self-awareness as a soul and the limitations I have due to karma, gratitude and permission that I allow myself in accepting. I adjusted the star reactors for 3 days to get the right ratio between the grav and the mag of each star. The reactors are made with a 3D printer with a PETG mass. I stood in the middle where the common plasma formed. I felt strong light and plasma on several levels. I welcomed all 3 entities and asked them for acceptance and thanked them for their existence. I ask them every time if they have something for me and if they have something to teach me. At last, they showed me how to hold hands and form a circle around the central pillar. This pillar, and in general, to be in the middle of the burn, if one does not have pure thoughts or is irritated, for it burns the darkness which is within me. I'm just not afraid of that because I've felt it many times before. This plasma works on me, but not on my soul. I feel light on my soul. I feel it on my body and on my emotions. I designed and assembled this system for the purpose of meditation, plasma learning, and light propagation in general. When I have no clear thoughts or too much thirst at once, some reactor stops a bit and goes off balance. I am aware of this. I am correcting and settling. Plasma and entities accept me and allow me to manipulate it. When I sit down in between, I immediately relax and my thoughts calm down immediately. I meditate and direct the plasma and light where it is needed on earth and with all the beings who need it. When I asked the plasma if it could be shared with beings in need of love or health, it worked, but limited. I realized that this action was violent and I changed my mind. I asked if you work with people and beings who want or need love, or need health or love, with those who accept it, and a channel was immediately created. In the past, I shared love with someone, I think back, who didn't accept it and made a blockage on my arm. I've learned that you can't force love. If it accepts, okay. If not. The plasma field is growing every day. Currently the radius is 30 meters. The entities allow me to have this field at home and also to share this knowledge. Okay, well thank you, Sebastian. That's quite a detailed spiritual journey through this reactor combination here. Thank you for all the insights that you carried with you there. And we had a brief testimonial from Russia, Moscow, Russia. from Bremp. And it just says on transmutation of products, obtaining GANs and its application in everyday life. So apparently someone's just getting started with the GANs materials in Moscow, Russia. It's interesting. I'm sure we'll hear more from them. Okay, that's it on that. Does anyone else have something they would like to share here? Dean, I think you were in pain and wanted to say something about that.
Yes, thank you, Rick. So I've seen the lovely picture on the screen at the moment, and seeing all the plasma, and takes me back to being in the Oasis and being in a position where these plasmas were put into all the with all the fruits and vegetables that had been the sort of fruit and vegetables that most people would throw away. So there was we'd go to a market and we would pick up literally, as I said, the vendors had certain produce that they couldn't sell anymore. They said it wasn't viable to be used, and so we would take those like bananas and other vegetables and lots of other fruits and vegetables that were well past the sell-by date, and we just soaked them in some water. And we put in some tubes, like you see in the middle of this picture, with some CO2 and some ZNO. And we just placed them in the water, and we'd leave them over for a few hours. And we would find we would revive those and give a lot of fields to those vegetables. And we'd then be able to use those vegetables they would taste beautiful as well. And extend the life, the life of those entities, so that we could actually enjoy the beauty of them for a lot longer period of time. Anyway, that's just because you showed that picture there. So my testimonial would be that not so long ago, I went on a bike ride, and I think I either twisted something inside or something seemed to rupture inside me as I dismantled from the bike a little bit. After I'd gone for this bike ride, and it was gone up some very steep hills, and I'd gone down a big long valley track all the way down, and then managed to go over some very bumpy terrain, and I felt like something jogged. And anyway, I got off the bike, and I was in. It's just suddenly this pain started in my side, and it grew and grew, and it got very, very intense indeed, and to the point that I couldn't physically, I was in so much pain, I couldn't move. I didn't know what to do with myself. So I ended up just walking around the garden aimlessly for a very long time. And the pain just didn't remove. And it was so painful that I couldn't, normally I would be able to go and get something, because obviously knowing about the technology, I would have gone and got some Ganses and stuff. And I would have got some patches and stuff organized. But I was in so much pain, I couldn't actually do anything. It was one of those sort of very intense moments. And anyway, so I went downstairs and then went and got one of the gel packs. So it's the gel packs from the foundation, which is a product that is you can buy from the store, from the web store. And I put this on my side, and as I said, the pain was so intense. I left it there for the rest of the night. I actually thought it got to the position where I actually thought that I didn't have long left on this planet because the pain was so intense. And I didn't know whether, as I said, I'd ruptured something inside, like whatever, I don't know medically, or whether I'd twisted a muscle or something. But I found that the only way that I could actually console myself was to be outside. So I led outside all night with some blankets. And because when I came inside, I found I was so hot that it just intensified. It made me feel not so good. So I went out into nature, and as I said, I walked around a lot, then I led down, and the pain was so much. And the pad itself, I put in a certain position, and I couldn't even lie down on one side or the other because it was so painful. But after being out there for many moments and breathing and doing various other soul connections with the stars and being outside and actually talking to myself and my soul, gradually in the end, I managed to fall to sleep in a very deep, beautiful sleep for a short period of time. And I remember waking up, looking up at the stars, and this pain had gone for a while. And I thought, wow, that's good. And then I moved a little bit and it came back immediately. And so I found myself in a position where I needed to take myself away from the pain. And to do that, at one point, I actually walked around the garden and I was playing something called a zanzala. So I was just playing this musical instrument. It's a small little instrument you put in your hands and you pluck these little metal rods, and it creates a beautiful sound. And I found that once I concentrated on trying to do that, because I'm not much of a musician, to say the least, it took my mind away from the pain. So it was the same situation with on a soul level when the pain was so intense, was to try and take myself away from that pain. The pain pad itself, the gel pack, actually, after as I said, over many hours, a long period of time, it nullified the pain. And I'm sure without that gel pack, I would have been in quite serious trouble in a physicality, because I sensed within my body structure that there was something very, very wrong and something had happened. The whole side of my body's swollen up, and it did feel like something had ruptured. So there's something deep inside. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so I cannot say exactly what it was or whatever it was. But the gel pack itself, my intentions and being out in nature and being peaceful with myself, and bring myself back to balance with the GANS technology, definitely created an environment and a structure of peace within myself to bring my body back to a position. And I've never actually gone to a physician, a doctor, to check this out. So I've not done anything. I literally have just used the technology, and then I found myself in a position of I've just gone on another bike ride, funny enough, tonight, and I took it very, very easy. And I've not felt it. It's not been there. So the pain, whatever it was, has gone completely. And so it's the testimonial, the GANS, the field interaction of the plasma, taking away the pain from the source, is quite an intriguing thing. I would imagine for many people that do sports, for many people that find themselves put themselves in a position where they have hurt themselves, to be able to then put a pack, literally a pack, so a device, a certified device, just to the side of your body or wherever the pain is. We have many of these products that do for the knees and shoulders. You have ones for the eyes. You have ones for the back that Rick is showing here. They nullify and bring back to balance the muscles and the sinews, the tissues, and you get a lot of field interactions, plasmatic field interactions. And once I'm not going to go into the technological side of it too much, because these products basically have gel. They have GANs embedded within their structure, and these interactions, as we've just heard about, with those other aspects, with a field strength that comes from the interaction of the GANSes, which are created through the interaction of the fields of the universe, of the planet, with the interactions of a human body. And the technology is been developed and is very, very intense and beautiful in its ability to help bring the physicality and the emotion. Because another aspect of the pain that I went through, I think it was probably a lot of it was emotion. Because from my understanding of what I've learned about this technology is that many illnesses and problems we have as a person, as a soul, as a person present in on this planet, can be emotional distress. And so emotional distress, when your environment is or something's happened to you within your environment, you can then direct that into your body, and your body reacts in a certain way. And then when you feed it a more emotion, it tends to grow and become more and more painful. So these gel packs and all the items that Rick is showing here, they actually come into a position where they balance the emotion of your physicality as well as the physical body. So the field strength touches the emotion, which is based on through the knowledge that we know through zinc. And then through the other components, which would be copper, which is based on the physicality of mankind. With these interactions that we have with the ganses, they tend to, as I said, bring back the balance to the physical body and the emotion. And they work on a level that conventional medicine doesn't or hasn't worked with. Because these are working not on just where you would, if you have a pain, you may, I don't know, you may go to a physician who may give you a pill, or somebody may give you, if you have a bad back, then you would go to somebody who would give you a massage or other treatments. But these work on a field strength. So the interactions are from the fields that are an interaction like a magnet. And this is a totally different concept. And when you actually first experience these plasmatic fields, for many people, depending on what product you use or what position you're in, you may feel like something like a slight wind. This is a plasmatic wind. And it's like a cooling effect, or it can be sometimes the opposite, it can be a heating effect. And so I've had it where I've used a health pen with people that have had severe problems, and they feel like a magnetic wind. So you hold the device above where the pain is, if it was a pain pen, and you gently move it around, and you come to a position, you come lower and lower until you find a magnetical connection, and then the person will feel like a wind across their skin. And this is the balance. This is the balance of the fields. And then other times people may feel a heat. They feel like either a heat or something. And this interaction, again, as I said, it's like a magnet. The fields are interaction. You've got the stronger feeds the weaker. And you gradually pull out the pain or the emotion, the field, back into the actual device itself and take the pain away. So this is how it works. And there's many wonderful products, as you can see here, that where the GANs interactions, the field interactions can be utilized in many different ways, in your physical structure and on your emotion as a person. So Rick is showing many beautiful products here. Thank you, Rick. So you can also see here that it's showing GANs enhancement plant care. So going into what Jian has done, you can now buy these products if you do not want to make these ganses yourself and go through the process. You can purchase these products to actually, as you can see, a natural fertilizer. So this would be a position where it's come from the elements of the planet Earth. It's completely natural. There's no additives or anything whatsoever. It is literally field interactions of a magnetical gravitational positioning that is within this structure of GANs, which is gas in a nano-solid state. And this was unknown to mankind until Mr. Keshe brought this technology forward. And it has benefits in all aspects of our lives, from agriculture to, it will be in everything. It will touch everything, every application you can possibly think of. And this particular one that Rick's showing now, the plant care stuff, is incredible, because we can help to our vertical friends, so which is the plants. They work and they feed from the environment, and they need a balanced emotional field too, for them to grow and expand and receive the nourishment they require. So by feeding them these GANs materials, we give them a plasmatic dome, an oasis that covers the span of their physicality, and helps them and gives them a condition, a beautiful environment for them to thrive in. And there are certain GANs, as you see here, that naturally will aid and benefit the plants and also animals. And there's one here that you see is a natural pest remover. So this one would help to, it wouldn't harm the pest. This technology does not harm in any shape or form. It only brings to balance. So there's nothing destructive. It's only constructive. It's only adding in a beautiful way. It never destructs. It never takes apart. So the natural plant pest remover would actually create a field. So you would place these GANs in if you had, let's say, whatever the pest is, let's say an ant nest or something, you would place this around where you don't want these, whatever you would consider to be a pest. I don't consider anything to be a pest, but what you consider to be a pest, you would put the GANs material in a position around where you don't want these pests to come into. And it would create a field, a barrier, a plasma barrier, plasma dome, where these insects, these pests, would not want to go through, because it's not conducive. It's not a field that they would enjoy being in. And because it's something it doesn't feel right to their structure, their physical structure. Instead of hurting them, they just move somewhere else. They move on and find it in another position, another place. And so it's very easy to actually aid and help create an atmosphere, create an environment that doesn't harm anything. It feeds and gives to the environment always and brings it to balance. And that's the most important thing. So as you can see there, there's the three: the natural fertilizer, a natural pest remover, and a GANs enhancement plant care. Between the three of those GANs is there, I think many people would find a very beautiful position to have an oasis, to have a garden wherever you are. And this can be whether you have a very small, tiny little garden, even one on a tiny little balcony or something, or whether you have vast acres or whatever. This natural field strength GANs creates, as I said, environments that's conducive with making plants and creatures and animals thrive and bringing them back to balance. And you will find that your plants will grow much stronger and faster. And if you have things like tomatoes and whatever that you'd like to, vegetables you'd like to eat, consume, then you will find that they will be by plasmatic nature. They'll be very sweet tasting, and they will be wonderful and of a different consistency. The GANs itself, with the amino acid structure. So when you take the GANs and you include amino acids of it, you are talking on a level that is conducive with all life on this planet. And it's in complete balance with nature. So back to a very conducive position that enhances the environment. And then once the environment gives back and then feeds you, so you're then feeding from this environment, then you will find that you will become, you have another field strength around yourself. and we bring a lot of balance to you and to the environment and everything else around you. So wonderful products. Thank you very much, Rick, for showing those. So my testimony has sort of gone on a bit. It started from a pain on a bike ride, and now we've gone a little journey, and we've gone through the plants and everything else. So there's my testimonial. Thank you very much, Rick, and I'll let someone else speak now. Thanks, Rick.
Now we can go. Let's go to Johnny's movie, and then I've got some a testimonial from Stefania as well. Or Stefania, would you like to do that now?
Thank you, Rick. It's very brief. Very brief. Something happened last week. Very brief. I had here has been some hot weather in England, and I took the sun, and I started to have a really bad skin rash on my forearms. So bad that this woman, she stopped me. She said, I think this is dangerous. You should get a blood test. And by then it was already a week. And you know, when you have plasma but you don't use it, so I thought, okay, let's put some plasma and see what happened. This is good for testimonial. And
good morning, Mr. Keshe. How are you?
I sent you some pictures, and have the picture of day number 1. I don't know if you want to share them, because
I'm trying to, but unfortunately when I downloaded them they won't play, so I have to download them differently now. So just give me a few minutes here. I'm going to have to try to do it a little.
I got a problem with my phone, so maybe that is the reason. I cannot, for some reason I updated my phone and now the camera doesn't work as before.
So I think it's a Telegram thing. I have to download them in a special way because it's not compatible with my desktop or something. Yeah, so give me a minute here.
Yeah, I can talk about it. But basically, so you see the first video where I really that skin rash, and this woman was so worried. She stopped me in the street and she said, you have to get a blood test. That is. He said that I don't want to scare you, but it looks serious. And I neglected for a week. I was scratching it and not really giving him a big weight. And then after what she said to me, even though I didn't want to worry, I thought I'm gonna use with a low volume because So this I think this is number 2. This is already, number 1. I know this is number 1. This video number 1. And you can see the skin rash all in my arm. And so this woman, she's really, she said, at all this, really was itching. And then she said to me, you have to have some blood tests. And then I thought, okay, but we got the guns, so let's use them. See both hands I start to have these all these dots, red dots all around the skin, and a little bit bleeding. I start to scratch them, and then if you go into the next video, after 1 day, super good. One day it was amazing. Was a big improvement, like if it was already gone. And then I played. Yes, that is next video. It was really bad. Like this woman really was worried because I had it. This next day. Next day, I just put the guns in the night. The plasma water of cup 1 and cup 2. And the next day was already gone, nearly gone. So I thought, wow, this can be a really good testimonial, because we tend to forget how good they are until you have something happen to you. When everything's fine, you use the guns and maybe you don't notice much because you got no problem. but the moment you got an issue, so this was the next day, just one day, and then there is a third video, was the third day, and that's it. As I go back to not using as much. It's always like this when you got something. Yeah, this was the third day, so I stopped completely, and now I stopped use them. I'm not worried, and it was very, very interesting because it make me understand how take the worry out of any situation. So this woman, she stopped me and she said, I don't want to scare you, but it looks very serious. You should have some blood test. You have in your face, in your chest. So suddenly I was panic. And then I thought, no, let's not panic. I'm going to use the gun testimonial. And then, and then I use the guns, just plasma water of cup 1 and cup 2. I put it in a little bottle and a spray before going to bed and during the day, now and then. And immediately the itching stopped. And then, like a miracle, the next day everything was fine again. So there I understood the power of the guns and how can be useful to have a peace of mind where you are a little bit in charge. So of your body. So if you got any issue, you can try. If you cannot reach any doctor, or if you cannot reach any advice or whatever, this can be a good tool to have. So straight away I was fine, not worried anymore. Again, peace of mind. The peace of mind is a lot because this woman, maybe she had a good intention, but she really kind of a little bit scared me. Like I was not worried, but then after I spoke with her, I was a little bit worried because you start to worry, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And then I used the guns and the worry was gone again. So it's very important, I think, to have a tool with you that you can make and you can have endless production that can give you support in times that you don't know, if things are serious or not. Usually, if things are really serious, it takes longer time to go away. So I was very happy. So I just wanted to share this because maybe other people like me have a skin rash. Mhm. Yeah, I used the combination of cup 1 and cup 2. But the first picture is much worse. It's like I was at the stage that you were, like bleeding and scratching. I couldn't expose the sun at all. I have to have long sleeves. Even the long sleeves was a problem, touching the skin. But for some reason, I didn't thought to put the guns until, because I was thinking I was gonna go away tomorrow, but actually it was going worse. And it was not until this woman make me panic for guns, then plasma water. And the improvement was the itching went instantly, like every time I applied the guns. And also, I would have the skin become really dry and make scale, when you peel off. But because I used the guns, it never peeled off. Because my boyfriend said to me, I can see the benefit of it because you didn't peel off. The skin stays smooth.
Stefania, it's Dean here. Can I just ask you a quick question? So did you put any cream on or anything before, sun cream or anything? Or was that just from the sun? Was that an interaction where you as I said, you were just in the sun, you didn't put any products on your skin?
It's actually everything. I have to say the truth. From last year, when I had the virus, from last year, my skin has changed. Like I don't know. I never had the problem with the sun ever, but this happened something very mild last year, and then this year, the only things that happened, I went in the water, then lie on the grass, and when I come out and I lie on the grass, this itching happened straight away, but I didn't take notice straight away. But then it just started to get gradually worse instead better. But in my mind, I thought it's gonna get better. I did put after what I did, I was putting the plasma water, and I combine it also with coconut oil and a little bit of aloe vera. I combine those two as well because they are the only two things I had in my house. So and I thought it's good, so can contain because someone gave me this idea of long time ago to wet my skin, but then put something like oil to keep the guns. Someone said that I use the guns with the cream, and I thought, okay, I got coconut oil. I'm gonna mix with the coconut oil, and this three combination it did make the magic. But definitely, first of all, because I only had plasma water, that was the things I had immediately. I could see that the itching, as soon as I sprayed the plasma water on his own, the itching went immediately, like the first, and that was a quite relief. Like back itch, yeah, what I found. Eric, because it's just true. When I use coconut on its own, it was make more itch. This is what I found as well. Was the only using the plasma water is what really get rid of instant itch, and like you said, fresh, because become very hot. So this relief of freshness. Yes, this is what I found as well. Yeah. This woman that she asked me to go into a doctor immediately. She also is like a herbalist, and she want to do cream. And she saw me again for coincidence, 3-4 days after, and she was so impressed. She couldn't believe it. And I said to her, look, if you want to do your cream, you should put some plasma. I mean, anyone here who listening and they're good making cream, definitely I will propose them to try to use the plasma with it. She was shocked. I said to her, put her in your cream and let us know.
So this would be considered a 3rd-degree burn. Is that what sunburn is? 3rd degree? Oh, I thought it was a sunburn. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, a shock. Yeah, you must have had a shock. But it's interesting that at the soul level, like, because yeah. A plasma bath would have been perfect for you if you knew about it then. A plasma bath. But what you just said just now, that if understood, you mean someone who lose work will have a skin rash, or someone will lose work because of the skin rash? I didn't understand. Thank you for sharing also your experience. Were very useful. I noticed. I noticed the last time you had I had a teeth problem. You had a teeth problem, and now I have skin problem. You noticed we got similarity. How's it going? Because Rick, do you remember it happened the same things to me where it broke and then lockdown and then I couldn't go to the dentist if I wanted to, then reopened and I put temporary filling. But then I heard you last time when you said about this, and you also said you left it uncovered. So now I didn't make any. The temporary filling is gone, and I got no intention to put a permanent one, because you said you have to keep the air coming in like a guns, like a cup of life. And so I've been drinking water and just imagine that it will get better, but nothing more. Did you do similar, or you done something specific, more specific? Did you also eat cheese like Mr. Cash suggested? Yeah. Gadwa cheese. Gadwa, I heard. Thank you.
Rick, hi, this is Kay. Can you hear me? Good evening to all of you. Sorry, I've missed out the first couple of hours of the testimony tonight. Just a quick thing after my last month testimonial about the cold ones using as a mouthwash. I just wanted to remind you, since then I've used it again. I've been using all this so far since 19th of February. Obviously, I haven't brushed my teeth at all. And I've been using it further to do a little bit more testimonial. I mean, experiment for testimonial. The other thing that I've managed to do was to have ice cream. I don't eat much of ice cream, but I've been eating ice cream and very cold ice water. I've been using Sensodyne as a toothpaste for past 14, 15 years, only because, or 12, 13 years at least, only because when we used to have ice cream here and there, I mean, kids have ice cream quite a bit, but I used to have ice cream here and there, and it really used to hurt my tooth, and it was very difficult to enjoy an ice cream. So we started using Sensodyne as a toothpaste. And it helped a great deal when you have ice cream or cold stuff, that you don't feel that sharp pain through your tooth. And so I put this into test, since I've been using this Cup One as a mouthwash, you know, rather than using it as a toothbrush and toothpaste. So I now can have ice cream. I've tried this 3 times so far. I can have ice cream without feeling the slightest pain in my tooth. So with the Cup One, and perhaps as Gianni just, I just caught the last bit of Gianni's testimony about tooth, with the Cup Two's amino acid, I'm 100% sure you would get rid of your sensitivity of your tooth. So what it does, after a while, it builds your tooth back and it makes your tooth stronger and the roots stronger. So therefore you don't have that sensitivity. You just got to make sure that you keep the plasma water in your mouth and gargle it for at least 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, so that the field actually interacts with your gum and with your mouth and with your tooth or with the roots. As Mr. Keshe has mentioned, if people are drinking or using Cup One for the COVID and so forth, if they've got internal injury and so forth, like if they have got, if they have used a staple inside their body, or you know they have, they've had some sorts of procedure where they have snipped their intestine and so forth, if they've had certain things carried out, because of Cup One being a cup life, the organ tends to grow back to its original position. Therefore, you could get internal bleeding. So by using Cup One in your mouth, you're actually encouraging the gums and your tooth to go back to its original status. So that's one of the reasons why you would get rid of this sensitivity, because of Cup One. But you have to make sure that you keep it in your mouth long enough, and gargle it, swish it around your mouth long enough, minimum 3, 4, 5 minutes, so that the feel really gets into your body, into your mouth, and interacts. And I think if you try it, when you get the opportunity, try it for at least for a month, and after that, I'm 100% sure you will realize your sensitivity will die away. I've got no sensitivity at all whatsoever. My sensitivity of my tooth is totally vanished. Even yesterday, we went for a day trip because it was the hottest day in London, and I've drank ice cold drink and water, and I felt nothing at all of a burning sensation I used to get. Serious pain I used to get. It didn't worth even drinking, having a very cold water or ice cream, because the joy was all just vanishing. The pain that you used to get, the shooting pain through your tooth. And now I don't have that. It's all thanks to the Cup Ones, using it for, mouth hygiene. So I just wanted to mention that, maybe
that's a really good reminder. In fact, I reminded myself that I should be doing that in when I normally brush my teeth, at least rinsing with the Gans water, and I meant to put a container right beside the bathroom sink. I have one in the kitchen, but not right beside the bathroom sink where it needs to be. So thanks for that reminder. And the 5-minute rinse outer, it's actually, they call it pulling sometimes when you can put in coconut oil and that kind of thing to do a pulling effect, which is good as well, but it's essentially a pulling with the GANS water because it's so good with pulling things out. It's you know, that's why the pads work so well, the pain pads and the various well, just that's the way the GANS works. It absorbs, it balances. Good testimonial. Thank you, Kay.
Welcome. God bless you.
Okay, normally we don't go so long here, but I would like to maybe get back to Gianni's video here. So perhaps we can move to that. Alright, this is Gianni's video about the use of various materials to create like a what do you call it?
Bioplasma compost.
Yes, thank you. Bioplasma compost. Good, thanks, Dan.
It's without sound, but I explain what yours.
Just a minute. Put it on the background, maybe. Share and reshare it here. The sound should be coming through there now. Yes,
Very low.
Oh,
But
let me turn it up. I think it's just low sound in the video. It's slow for me as well. You can hear the birds pretty good.
Aici, împing, avem gansul de KF. Iar lângă
here we have the
gansul de oxid de carbon.
plasma water with the bio. We are putting in each bottle of 5 liters, one vial with GANS.
Plasma de CO2. Aici, cum vedeți, am folosit și plastic, și placoane de plastic și
Here we are utilizing plastics.
indicat este să folosim cât mai mult posibil recipienți de sticlă pentru plasma.
It's indicate to using the glass.
Cele 4 gansuri, oxidul de
The
zinc,
basic for GANS,
oxid de zinc, gansul de CO2,
CO2,
gansul de CH3 și
CH3
gansul de oxid de cupru.
and copper oxide.
O parte dintre dumneavoastră ați primit doar gansul de CO2 și ZNO și gansul de zinc.
We are
Și să știți că
taking only the GANS of CO2 and ZNO.
Ce mai avem pe masă?
We have in the table
adunată de la noi din
plants
oază și sunt
with the tail, with the
din
leaf,
câteva sute de specii pe care le avem aici, inclusiv
almost 100 of species we have here.
pentru mâncare. Mă refer la toate plantele din grădinile dumneavoastră.
All the plants who we have in
the ashes.
Rezultat
Winter,
Iar aici avem o cenușă de lemn rezultată din soba unde ardem
ash
de fapt
wood
tot felul de
result from the burning
Ce
the
mai avem
plants,
aici?
the wood.
Și cred că se poate vedea. Avem floare de fân.
We have the flower of
Aici în
the
zona unde
herbs.
suntem se cosește ceea ce se numește
Where is the cutting in the mountain is the cutting
ca și la munte,
the herbs
partea vegetală
more times.
300 de specii.
And when you are put into drying, it leave the seeds and the flower drying under the
Practic, această parte măruntă, floarea, care conține
this
și
part,
semințe și
the flower,
din toate aceste specii, practic
from all these species of plants.
Clăii, cum se spune. Noi adunăm această floare și o folosim în...
We are harvesting this flower and seeds from the plants.
Ok, trebuie să dau puțin asta deoparte.
It's needed to put in this in
Pentru
the
că
part.
aici mi-am pregătit și tocătorul și un cuțit.
We are preparing to cutting the herbs, the ortics.
Dacă putem începe, arătăm și muzica.
We are showing also the ortics.
Muzica pe care o avem aici. Așa, și pentru această rețetă, care practic este
For this recipe,
20 de litri de plasma
for 20 liters,
avem și o găleată pe care am recuperat-o și aceasta de la...
we are having one bottle recuperated from paint.
Practic aici vom adăuga toate elementele prezentate puțin mai devreme, după care...
We are added all the elements.
La treabă. Pentru cei care sunt puțin mai sensibili,
For who it's a little bit sensitive, we are making put in the gloves.
să pot folosi mânuși. În general merge și dacă este așa întreagă. Și noi,
In general, it's working also entire plants.
Și apoi o folosim.
After we are leave the seeds of the plant, we are taking.
Practic are efect, în special datorită plasticului.
Practically have the effects.
Ok, trecem la tocat. Noi în
This
general
is in the general we are using the knife of ceramics, not iron.
Cuțit de ceramică. Mărunțim muzica, nu trebuie să fie foarte, foarte măruntă.
It's not need to be pieces little. In that manner to enter into the bottle.
Firesc, cu cât este mai măruntă, cu atâta se dizolvă și mai rapid. Dar veți vedea,
more it's little pieces, is dissolved more rapidly.
Lăsată la macerat cu toate celelalte, cu plasma.
For leaving to the master do the maturate in the plasma water.
Aici avem aproximativ 1 kg de urzică verde.
We have almost 2 kilo of ortics.
Practic, soluția este și mai concentrată, plasma va ieși și mai concentrată. Gata cu urzică. Acum adăugăm și plantele care sunt deja.
Now we are putting also the plants who we are harvest to the leaf, the branch, the everything who is in the garden.
Adăugăm floarea de fân.
We are putting the flower
Dacă
of
nu aveți floare
herbs.
de fân, să știți că nu este nicio problemă, dar
If you don't have the flower of herbs, is not important, but we are
tot ce
putting
aveți în zonă ca
everything who is in your garden, in the place, in the area.
Ok. Adăugăm și cenușa. Deci aici
We are putting the ash wood.
cam 500 de grame de cenușă, cele două tipuri.
500 grams of ash.
Deci așa, cred că se poate vedea aici.
I think you can see here.
Acum, să adăugăm plasma.
Now we are added the plasma.
Să-mi dau jos puțin mânușile. Din momentul în care introduceți eprubeta în flaconul de 5 litri, practic agitați puțin, lăsați câteva ore.
On the moment when you are making the vial in 5 liters, you are agitate.
Deci aici avem plasma de zinc oxigen.
Here we have the zinc oxide, plasma water.
Este esențială pentru partea emoțională și a noastră și a plantelor.
It's essentially for the emotional part, our emotional part, also from the plants.
Noi o folosim și la prepararea ceaiului, la prepararea mâncării.
We are utilizing to the making the tea, the food.
Plasma de ZNO care este
But we are talking
eprubetă.
regarding the plasma from the vial.
Deci aceasta. Practic, soluția din interiorul eprubetei, care este din borosilicat, nu...
Practically from the solution of the gas from the vial, it's, we are re-putting inside and we are filling with the water.
Ceea ce cunoaștem ca și molecula apei, adică H2O. Aici avem
This field of the plasma, the gas is restricted to the molecule of water. Now we are putting the CO2.
Plasma de CO2. O punem înapoi completăm apa în flacoane și practic
and we are replace the water in the
procesul de plasmatizare.
bottle.
Apa tot așa în câteva ore se va restructura, se va plasmatiza.
In few hours it's plasmatized the water.
Deci punem înapoi și glanțul de oxid de cupru și ne-a mai rămas CH3. Adăugăm și CH3.
And now we are putting the plasma atom of CH3.
O găleată mai mare.
It's ideal to using the bigger bottle.
Ca apoi să pot completa. Așa. Odată ce este preparată plasma,
one time is prepared the plasma.
Mulți dintre dumneavoastră știți că este foarte asemănătoare cu purinul de urzică, cu maceratul de
Major part you know it's similar with urine of ortics.
Facem în felul următor. După cele 7 zile,
after 1 week,
soluția obținută și
the solution obtained,
ceea ce rămâne,
and what is rest, what is remain,
cenușa și celelalte nanomaterialele adăugate, că de fapt cenușa conține și
the nanomaterials and the ashes.
Practic, dacă puneți pe urmă, după ce ați luat soluția, ați filtrat-o,
after the filtering,
o puneți în flacoane de 2 litri sau ce aveți la îndemână, încă o dată
We are
ideal
putting
să
the
intră, dar în cazul acesta nu are
bottle a
importanță,
liter or what we
practic
are.
puteți să o
You have
puneți
it.
și să o depozitați undeva, nu necesită neapărat un loc rece, pentru că datorită plasmei nu are loc
It's not need to keep it to the place, cool place, because the plasma, how you say, is not frozen, is not is keeping
În partea de
like in the refrigerator.
acestui video vom adăuga și celelalte detalii, modul de folosire și până ne
We are
întâlnim
adding
în această seară.
how to use it.
Vă mulțumesc!
Thank you. It's very hard to remember to listen to what she said because it's barely hear you from the video. But I remember.
Is that full volume so I couldn't get any more out of
Don't
that
worry,
one?
I remember. Next time I make the subtitling in the English. Perhaps it's better.
Okay, I think this is the second video. And it's about a minute.
Aici avem plasma lichidă în partea de jos.
Here we have the plasma liquid
Pe probete și sticle cu gaz. Nu știu cât de
with the vial and the bottle of gas.
Așa, și apa aceasta o folosim pentru prepararea plasmei biocompost.
And this water we are utilizing to making the plasma compost, bioplasma compost.
Deci aici avem
Here we have the same material
la fel
with
cum am
plants,
arătat în rețeta de
from plants, like we are showing
la fel
in
și
the other.
aici și vom adăuga și celelalte detalii pentru că vom veni și
We are adding the other
rețete
details.
de preparare sau, hai să spunem, tehnologia de preparare altor
Let's say the technology to
produse.
prepare
Mulțumim!
and other products.
Dan, dacă este, pot să aduc completări la ce s-a prezentat.
If it's needed, John is saying it's able to add it to the video.
Okay, is there anything else to say about that? Is there any questions that people have?
Deci vrei să adaugi ceva? Mai sunt întrebări în legătură cu asta? Sau vrei tu să adaugi ceva, Gianni?
Dar vreau ca să arăt fotografiile, câteva fotografii în continuare și să completez.
I want to show some picture photo and I want to, let's say, complete add it with the photo.
Pornești pornești share-ul.
I start the sharing.
See that Adriana has a hand up here. Did you have a question, Adriana?
So in the first video was a kind of fertilizer, or what was the mix for? Gianni, en el primer video, ¿la mezcla que hiciste era para fertilizante o para qué era?
It was to make a bioplasma compost. Is the way down.
Es fertilizante.
Es más de como un fertilizante.
It's more of, let's say, the fertilizing.
Fertilizar es una de las propiedades, pero tiene también, están protegiendo las plantas.
It's more of that, it's protect the plants.
Y también le está protegiendo de todo lo que se llama los insectos que están afectando las plantas.
And also it's protect from all the insect who it's let's say bothering the plants.
And that mix, you leave it there to ferment for several days, or what is it? ¿Y esa mezcla la dejas ahí fermentando o cómo, qué pasa?
Fermentado por 7 días.
For 1 week, it's lit with ashes and the plants.
Después de 7 días se está filtrando.
After 7 days, filtering.
Y depende cómo vas a utilizarlo, se va a hacer la proporción con el agua.
And depending how it's used, you are making the proportion with the water.
Como fertilizante, 1 litro de solución a 10 litros de agua.
Like a fertilizer, you are utilizing 1 to the 10 liters. 1 fertilizer, 1 liter of fertilizer in 10 liters of water.
Para equilibrar la tierra, se utiliza así como es.
For balancing the earth, the land, it's utilizing like it's in this shape.
Pero antes de sembrar.
But before the seeding, putting the seeds in the ground.
Para proteger las plantas de los bichos, los insectos.
For let's say protect to regarding the insects.
Se hace una composición, una dilución, 1 litro con otros 3 litros de agua.
It's making the proportion 1 to 3 liters of water.
Y se pone alrededor del planta.
And it's putting in the bottom of the plant.
Entre 150 y 300 mililitros.
Between the 115 and 300 milliliter.
Eso depende de tipo de planta, claro. Planta, árbol.
Kind of plants. It's a plant or a tree or.
Okay, I saw that in the container you have ashes and something else. What was the other thing? En el contenedor que tenías ahí, Gianni, tenías cenizas y qué más?
Ceniza de plantas.
Plants.
Que he obtenido recogiendo todo lo que está seco en el oasis, en el jardín.
From harvesting all the root plants, leaf, from the oasis, which means drawing and burning.
En la otra parte, ceniza de madera que se quema en chimenea.
Mm-hmm.
And the other part is what is obtained in the chimney, in the stoves.
Pero es muy importante utilizar la ceniza de las plantas.
But it's very important to utilize the ashes of the plants who it's having in this area.
Porque nosotros aquí lo que hemos hecho, hemos regalado a la tierra.
Because we are giving to the earth.
Hemos regalado utilizando el mismo plasma, pero con intensidades diferentes.
The same plasma, but with different strengths of fields.
Porque la ceniza también es una plasma, tiene nanomateriales.
Because the ashes from the plant, it's nano plant, it's nano, and we have the drying plant. You are creating an environment.
Y algo que es maravilloso que pasa utilizando el plasma.
By utilizing the plasma.
Ya la solución que da no huele como huele, por ejemplo, el purino de ortiga.
This is not have the smell who it's habitual from the ortics when it's stinking, or how to say, have the bad smell.
Y en adelante lo que quería decir es, hemos utilizado, como has visto, los 4 ganses.
We are using the 4 basic GANs.
Es el GANS de cobre, GANS de zinc, de CO2 y el CH3.
Copper, zinc, CO2 and CH3.
La receta hemos hecho porque hemos regalado unos 3.000 de probetas con GANS en el cambio de semillas del alma.
We are giving 300 vials in change of seeds of wheat souls.
Y como hemos regalado ese paquete para los experimentos en agricultura,
how we are giving this in by to and through the experiment in the agriculture.
Hemos hecho ese plasma que cualquiera de los que tienen los ganses pueden hacerlo porque es muy sencillo.
For everybody to make in the GANs plasma water because it's very easy to make it.
Pero también hemos utilizado el agua, el plasma de una copa, una vida.
But also we are utilizing the plasma water of one cup, one life.
Los que ahora tienen solo el plasma de una copa vida, puede utilizarlo con muy, muy buenos resultados.
For who have the one cup, one life, it's needed to utilize with good results.
También hemos utilizado el plasma de la formación de estrellas que ya hemos presentado otras veces.
Abbiamo utilizzato anche formazione esterna. Scusa, sorry. We are utilizing also the star formation.
Aquí, de aquí hemos recogido el GANS, aquí tenemos el aminoácido.
From here we are harvest the GANs. Here we have the amino acid.
Aquí es el reactor de CO2 que hemos hecho con sal de potasio.
We have the CO2 salt of potassium potassium, yes.
Potasio, calio. Yeah. En la derecha aquí hemos utilizado el reactor de CO2 con sal de magnesio.
In the right side we are making the CO2 with the potassium?
Magnesio.
With the magnesium salts.
Y aquí el sal de sodio, que es normal, sal de mina, sal de mar.
With the natrium salt.
Sal de Himalaya. Sí, y en el centro hemos utilizado agua del mar.
In the middle we are utilizing the sea water.
Sí, todos los reactores tienen 3,6.
The salinity is 3.5 salinity.
La conexión es en serie.
We are connecting the series in the serie.
Tenemos cobre, zinc, la bobina de cobre nano que está conectada con la bobina del zinc del centro.
We have the coil of nano copper connected with the zinc coil from center.
Aquí cobre nano con el zinc.
Here the copper coil with the zinc also.
Y al final también la conexión es con cobre nano. Eso.
And this side, it's connected also to from the zinc to the copper coils.
Hemos puesto en botes de 5 litros y recogemos la mitad de cada bote haciendo una mezcla.
We are having harvest the plasma water, the zinc, the gas, and we are utilizing only the half part from top, plasma water.
Hemos recogido de ahí cientos de litros de plasma.
We are giving and more of 100 liters only from this jar.
Que es maravilloso después de que el agua está encima del GANS más de 6 horas, encima se hace el aminoácido.
It's wonderful because after 6 hours we are making also the amino acid in top of the plasma water above the gas.
Eso es el cubo de 500 litros que has visto.
Here it's what you are seeing from 500 liters.
Ok. Hay más posibilidades de hacerlo.
We have more possibility to making.
Y en otro vídeo vamos a mostrar cómo se utiliza los nanomateriales de plantas obtenidas en medio cáustico.
In another video, we are showing how we are utilizing the nanoplants obtained with the caustic environment.
Porque también así podemos hacer todo lo que es necesario en nuestra casa.
Because in this manner we are able to making all kind in what is needed in our house.
Las detergentes, los jabones, absolutamente todo que lo podemos hacer con plasma.
Detersive soap and cream, yes. Everything is needed to.
Gracias por la pregunta y gracias otra vez a todos y voy a hacer el stop share.
Thank you for the question and thank you to all and for everything and I stopped sharing. Janet, he hablado en español, ¿no?
Sí, Dan, cierto, y gracias.
Sorry. I asked to Gianni if it's talking in the Spanish or in the Romanian because I don't make the difference sometimes.
Dan, câteodată nici nu-mi dau seama la fel dacă vorbesc în română sau spaniolă.
Gianni saying sometimes neither I don't remember in what language I talking.
Thank you so much, Gianni. You've shown some really interesting things there. I think that's valuable knowledge for people that are doing the gardening thing. To do a good compost like that. It's got me thinking.
I give $100 for listen one word from one person and knowing who is it, how much.
It's worth $100. Is that what you're saying, Dan?
No, it's already responding. Okay, thank you. It's like a joke between us. Thank you, Jalal.
Okay, well, that's been quite a testimonial meeting here. We've had some great testimonials today. Is there anybody else that would like to bring anything forward?
Who is making also journey teaching to the other in the plasma agriculture, and also to the Sandro Luca from Italian team, who is making the great job, which means everybody is starting to to teaching to the others in beautiful way. And I want to thank you everybody for making this.
Great, Dan. Thanks for mentioning that.
I would like to maybe invite him to do some testimonial. I can translate for him because he doesn't speak English, but it's true. He's very hard worker. He's been doing so much.
Yeah, that would be terrific. Be nice to get some interviews here of people that are working with the plasma technology, just as a way of a testimonial. And some of the things like Gianni's presentation with the dental would be something that would be great in the Plasma Scientific Journal. If we are still, I'm not sure if we're still producing that or not, or if it's coming out again, but that's the kind of format. It was very well presented and has the information and the pictures to back it up. It's very, very nicely done. All right, well, perhaps we should wrap up for today. We've gone almost an hour longer than we usually do for these sessions, but it was well worth it. And we're able to give us a testimonial of the plasma technology. So think about what you might be able to present for the next testimonials meeting. Will be in July. It's the second Monday in July, which is till July 12th. So that's July 12th, 2021. Will be the next testimonials meeting. And I invite people to bring what they have. Surely everyone has either a personal experience or somebody they know that's had a personal experience using the plasma technology, and that can be either the devices and products from the Keshe Foundation store or somebody else that's a distributor, or from the products that you make from your own hands, basically, in your own domain. We all have the ability and the knowledge now to create at least the simple some of the afflictions we have as humans, or just some of the issues and problems we have, whether it's agricultural or skin conditions. I mean, where else can you use the exact same product on your skin to control a skin condition, and you can apply it on your pets and on your plants? I mean, wow. And that's just some of the uses. GANs can take us into space. So it's a near miraculous, if not miraculous, product that we've been introduced to by Mr. Keshe and the work of the Keshe Foundation and of all the knowledge seekers who've pooled their knowledge together and worked with the materials to show what can be done with them. So, lucky us. All right, thanks everyone. I'm going to end the meeting with the disclaimer, just because we should play that, I suppose, to keep somebody or another happy, but I'm happy with all the sharing that happened, and I thank everyone. Okay.
Thank you, Rick, for hosting again and giving us a wonderful show. Thank you for being there for everybody and providing this platform so that everybody can share. And you provide an invaluable service that is helping humanity and many people to become aware and to get to know the beauty of the plasma. So thank you, Rick. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Dean, for your eloquent words once again. There's lots of people that can be thanked all along the line of the plasma technology, and it's that gratitude and thanks that keeps it all going, basically. All right, let's end it there, and I'll play the disclaimer. See you all next time around. Oh, we also have the One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace coming up at 4 p.m. Central European Time tomorrow. That's June 15th. And also the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, which will be June 16th at 7 a.m. Central European Time. So people are invited to attend those meetings as well. Okay, bye for now. Here's the disclaimer.
Disclaimer. The information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GANs processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.